This is a question that came in. I watched Ceri's interview with Etienne. So yes, one of the top ones that anyone's ever had. That was like a proud
Shut up.
Yeah, I got like 20 views on my podcast. You got 40,000 or something. So it's good.
Oh, you guys.
So this was interesting. It was evident that you have a strong belief in back testing, which we've touched on. Well, we'll talk about that in a second, but where do you get your data from? So is it Tick Story? I've never heard of them. I didn't even bother Googling them. So I've never heard of Tick Story, but tell the guys sort of where you get your data from, how you approach your back testing. And I think they'll probably get more from that than knowing, you know, what data service you use.
Okay, so I get all of my data from Pro Real Time.
Cool.
I just set the number of units to 200,000. You can go, depending on the version of Pro Real Time, you can have up to 1 million. But I don't need that much data because I can go back. I checked today, actually, and I can go back, I think it was 20 months on a 5-minute chart, which is more than enough for back testing. And I think you can get about 4 months on a 1-minute chart. So that's all I use, Pro Real Time. I don't do all of this downloading of tick data for MT4 or anything like that. Because I don't trade off MT4. Well, I do the robots, but not proper trading, manual trading. And so I don't want to really, because my minimum state, I don't need to. My minimum state is way above the 10 pence a point. Yeah. And I like the bells and whistles that you get with Pro Real Time. So I don't bother with Dukascopy and whatever, because I wouldn't know how to do it anyway. So
that's cool. So would you say it's more important to find a charting software, whether it's Pro Real Time, TradingView, that you feel comfortable to use?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because the easier your charting software is to use, the more you're going to use it.
Yeah.
If you're looking to backtest and you're backtesting on, let's say, ETX.
Yeah, that's right. I don't rate their charts. Yeah.
No. You're going to struggle to do your backtesting because it's not user friendly. It's not, you know, it hasn't got the utilities that you want. Like, you know, I use the fib expansions for my one-to-one ratios and this and the other. You can't do that on many of the softwares. TradingView, I don't know, and I can't comment because I haven't looked at it, but I do hear good reports on it. So maybe that's one that I will look at, you know, as and when. But I'm happy with Pro Real Time because I find it very easy to use and it's got everything on it. I think their alert system is fantastic. Yeah. So, and I use alerts a lot.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So,
good. All right. So Pro Real Time, and trade and use it and the trade through. But ultimately, I think, from my point of view, is some form of paid charting software because you just get more data. So ultimately,
you get what you pay for. It's the same old thing. You get what you pay for.
And I sound like a bit of an old man when I say this, but I can remember when I was paying nearly 400 quid a month for e-signal when I started out.
I remember you were on e-signal.
Yeah. Because it was worth it. You know, you look at it and go, £400 a month. You know, this was back, you know, just post dial-up, but it made a difference. It made a difference to have a piece of software where you had infinite amount of data, that you knew the pricing was at least an aggregate of 5 or 6 different data feeds, and there was no lag, even when the internet was as bad as it was back then. So it's little things like that. You know, in the end of the day, Pro Real Time through IG. 30 quid a month. That's the best
30 quid a month you'll spend in trading.
Totally agree. Yeah, or you know, TradingView at whatever, $40 a month. Yeah. If you're trying to scrape by with the charts that the basic charts that IG supply you, or the basic charts at ETX, and there's a mindset shift that needs to go on. I think you know, you've got to be willing to put a bit of skin in the game to get the right.
Exactly, and you need to look at it as well as like it's a cost of business. You know, that 30 quid a month is a cost of your business because trading is a business. It's not a hobby.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be treated as a hobby anyway.